Welcome back. It's me Mukesh Kumar, and today I want to welcome all of you. I want to say welcome once again in my YouTube channel Abhyas Online. Today we have a very special person be seated beside me, and I want to introduce him, Mr. BHAIRAB BHOUMIK ji. Welcome, sir, in my YouTube channel Abhyas Online. And today we have to discuss various type of uh, activity, or what is the role of English in our daily life. Nowadays it is a global language, and then what is the necessity, and then how we can improve our English language. So today I am very happy. I am so delighted to be here because you have, sir, you have given me a golden opportunity to say something about English language. And we have to discuss today about English language, how we can improve our English, how we can talk English fluently, how we can improve our grammar, how we can create the environment of English. Like that, like topic we have to discuss today. So our audience, I want to say once again, welcome. And then Mr. Bhoumik ji, once again welcome. Say, and then our audience.
Thank you for this small introduction.
Okay.
And it is my great pleasure to be here in your online program. I have been thinking to express my views for a long time, and today I can share those things that which I have been thinking for last 10 years being a teacher, and I will share them up.
Okay.
And I welcome my viewers and those who will be here online. They may be the parents, they may be the teachers,
As well as
they may be the
students
students
also.
also.
Yeah.
So they can ask question time and again, but we will go through the main topic and we'll discuss about it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
And then I would like to introduce about short brief autobiography of Mr. Bhoumik ji. And then Mr. BHAIRAB BHOUMIK is a lecturer of English, and nowadays he is working in Sages Jaspur English medium, and your main origin school is Lokhandi, I think.
Yes.
And then Mr. Bhoumik's education qualification is MA English from CSJM University, Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. And then also you qualified MEd from Kurukshetra University. And your teaching experience is since 2014. Continue you are doing
2014, yes.
a teaching job. And then your hobby is also language learning.
Yes, that's my passion.
That my research. And then anything I forgot, no, definitely you can mention here. And then before job, before 2014, you did as a assistant professor at a Sant Xavier College of Education, Ambikapur.
Before 2017.
Before 2017.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. And then you have wrote and presented various educational research paper
Yeah.
at a national seminar.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
So it is a brief introduction of Mr. Bhoumik ji. And our audience, I would like to say to you also, if you have any doubt, please message us. You can chat us. Definitely, we will try to take your question, and we have to try. I will try, and Mr. Bhoumik also try to reply your questions also. So first, if you want to talk something, 5 minutes I want to give you about yourself.
Yeah. Today's
Yeah.
topic. It is better instead of talking about me. Let's come to the point directly.
Yeah.
Today we have come up here to discuss about the position of English in Chhattisgarh.
Okay.
So the topic that we are going to discuss, that from a case study of mine, since 2000 and till now, what is the ratio of English speaking person over here in Chhattisgarh? And not only that, what is our total picture
Yeah.
in the prospect of the whole country where we stand ourselves? That also we are going to discuss.
Yeah.
And after that we will discuss about the major problem that is faced by our state, especially in the school framework, out of the school framework, and we will also discuss about that how to deal with those problems.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So now I want to directly, I want to ask some question. Will you give me permission to
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
question?
Please ask question.
Mr. Bhaumik ji, please tell me, in our state Chhattisgarh, what is the position of English language
All right.
in skill education as well as higher education?
Now, if you talk about the education, because in our state we have different boards,
Okay, okay.
and from the perspective board, you cannot decide that whether our position is in the topper position or in the lower position.
Okay, so
But we have the census.
okay.
We have a data of census that is 2020.
No,
21 is the recent one.
Yeah.
But even if it has been completed, but the result is yet to come up. We did not get the data of it. So whatever the data we have, that is of 2011.
Okay, okay, okay.
And according to 2011, that people in Chhattisgarh speaks 82%, more than that, Hindi speaking person lives here.
In Chhattisgarh.
In Chhattisgarh.
Okay.
And after that, the language is spoken mostly is Gond.
Gond tribal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the third language is spoken in Chhattisgarh is Odia. And then Kuruk comes up in fourth position. And fifth position comes up Bengali, 1% only. So 82 point something percent Hindi speaking person. There is no picture, there is no data of English. Okay. This is according to the census 2011. But when we talk about the whole prospect of the country,
yes,
then you will be very surprised to find out that in whole Chhattisgarh, only 2.63% people can speak English, and which is the lowest position in the whole country. And since 2002 till now, we have passed 24 years. But in 24 years, somehow we are lagging behind, we are ranking at the downward. So it is a great concern for all of us right now, that what makes us to be in the down position. There are many Hindi speaking states, there are many places where other languages are spoken, but do they have also the same type of problem like we have? If we go and analyze the case study and we do the case study, then we find out that the total number of speaking person, if it is there, those who are English speakers, that is that Meghalaya. Okay. We will come and discuss about those questions which are coming. So the data says that we are standing at the lowest position, having 22 point some percent. Understood? And we have started this journey separately from Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh itself stands 4 point something percent better than us. Better than us. Now, what makes us to be here in this position? We have enough schools, we have talented teachers, we have concerned parents, they are also well educated. But what makes us the problem? So I have been keeping analyzing those questions and asking to myself. Then I have come to the conclusions after finding into different research that these are the major problems which I am going to discuss. Okay. So currently we are standing at the lowest position, having 2 point some percentage, and the English speaking persons are very less.
Very less.
Even if we have English medium schools, even if we have teachers, enough teachers, those who are well qualified, but then also the data says like that. And this data is from Mrs. Sabiha, someone who has done this research after studying from the different data from the different of the what it is called different universities. So the data says like that. Okay. Now, if we talk about that, what are those major problems? I call them
definitely. It is my question. Also.
Yes. Yeah. The major problems.
What is
then I call it SPLMV. I have given a code to it. As I'm a teacher, I'm a lecturer. So what I do, I always remember things with a code word, and this SPLMV stands for the subject oriented teaching of English. Here in Chhattisgarh, we teach English as a subject,
not a language.
Not a language.
Okay.
That is a big problem. It's not like that the South Indian states, the northern states, they don't teach it. but they give some kind of session for practice. Okay,
Yes.
so the second problem after subject oriented teaching means teaching English as a subject. This is a big problem, what I feel like.
Okay.
There has to be some shift of our teaching methodology. There has to be some kind of teaching pattern which has to be not like that, teaching a subject like A for apple, B for ball, and 2 only wonder of science till class 10
Continue.
continuously. So those things are something like it's a traditional way and we have to go out of it.
Okay.
This is the first problem. Okay, second thing that I feel in P means practice.
Practice.
Students come to the school, listen to the teacher,
Okay.
write down the answer, question and answers, and go back home, write down the question and answer and come back again. There is no session for them where they can speak enough time. They can speak.
That is a very big problem.
There is a big problem.
Really?
If you go for Hindi medium school, if you go for English medium schools, in any of the schools you will find out that if there is one teacher and the number of students should be more. In some of the town schools it is more than 100. So how he or she is gonna deal with those things that in a class that communication classes can take place? It's impossible. So that's a major problem, that students don't get enough time or enough practice session.
And then one more basic problem I observe in our school English medium. I know what is English medium. That means all data should be delivered by teacher in English.
Yes.
But always I observe they deliver their subject knowledge in Hindi.
I appreciate your question. Actually, what it is, I think we have got this paradigm in a different way.
Yeah.
It is better that we want our children to be well educated. Okay.
Yeah.
So what other things, how people think is that education in English, education in English is called English medium.
English medium.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we need English education, not education in English.
English.
You cannot teach anyone in English until and unless he or she can speak English.
Yes.
Can read English, can write English. So if somebody's medium, what does it mean by medium? Like if I'm a Bengali, I can speak Bengali at home. My parents, they speak Bengali at home. If you are a Hindi speaking person or a Kuduk speaking person, you will speak Kuduk at your home,
yeah.
right?
As
So
well
this
as
is how you will get that one, means you will get that as your medium. Now here in our place, the problem is like that we are thrust upon, the language is thrust upon us that this is the medium and you go and learn it.
Oh.
But that is a kind of I would say that it is not the correct way. What would be the best way? Best way is that education in English, instead of that English education is important.
Okay.
You teach any student English first so that they'll understand English nicely. They will be able to inculcate everything, means comprehend everything in English. They will be able to speak in English.
He or she will be able to express himself in English
effortlessly, effectively. Okay, so that is the thing, we have a problem over here. Okay, we have enough English medium schools somehow. Okay, but English is put something like it is thrust upon them, put by pressure. This is the second problem. Practice session students get less.
Okay.
And the third thing that I have observed is that lack of, in comparison to the other states. If you talk about the northern states, the seven sisters,
as well as,
and you talk about the South India, you will find out that there are private schools, government schools altogether. Though government has started the initiative now, is that to open up English medium school everywhere, but whether the qualities are being maintained, that is a question. Who is there to look after it? From where, that means what is the source of it? What are the guidelines of it? Those are the things I think we have to look now. And we have to also go and analyze it. So problem is that in our Chhattisgarh, we have more Hindi medium school, less English medium school. I'm not against it. I am in favor of it because students should learn in their mother tongue since their childhood. That is important. But parents are running after English.
What happened
running
in
after
school, they
English.
have no idea.
Yes, they have no idea. They're running after English. They think, and there is a scale, something like if somebody like me, you see, if I am talking on the phone somewhere, so people will consider I'm very intelligent. Language has,
when you talk English.
yes,
And then
language
Mr.
has,
Bhaumik is very intelligent
language
person.
has no connection with
Yeah.
intelligence, but yes, language has connections with memory.
It's only a medium of expression.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So what the third thing that I have found is that lack of ratio between Hindi medium school and English medium.
Yeah.
Here there is a big gap.
Okay.
Less number. The Hindi mediums are more, whereas in other states, those who are well educated, not only that, they have enough framework for this type of thing. Okay, they have this ratio is less, means it may be 20% of English medium school and 80% Hindi medium school. Over here, it is very less, and that is a problem. Okay, that is a problem. But I have a solution for that.
Okay,
I have a solution for that, and we're going to discuss about it.
Okay.
The third thing is multi-linguistic culture of Chhattisgarh.
Oh, and then local mother tongue is
Yes, that is there. That
large
is there.
number of languages.
What have I found that the linguistic people those who are linguistic, they say that multilingualism is not a bad thing. It's a positive thing.
Positive thing.
It's a positive thing. But the thing is like that in initial stage they will have problem. So what we have seen here that people speak at home in a different language. They come to the society. Society here, it can be, society means in a friend circle, in the village, or maybe in the town. Yes.
Yeah.
They speak in Hindi. So if somebody is speaking Kuduk at home, when it is a society, they speak in Hindi. But when that same student goes to English medium school, speaks in English, then okay, or maybe in Hindi. So this is how till now, till school, 3 languages, and then in working place, it is asked, the requirement is in the interview, in the working place, you have to speak in English.
Yeah.
Now that's a tough thing for them. How understood? So that's why I call it is multilingualistic culture.
Okay.
That is also a big issue in our state. It's not like that Punjab, they don't have the problem. Kerala, they don't have the problems. There are problems. But to me, it is a big problem to our new state because how to deal with it, we are still finding the way. And the last of all, out of those SPLMB, the V stands for vocabularical issues.
Okay.
Our children nowadays, they watch phone, some of the cartoons they watch, things they see, but the way the vocabularical power has to be gained at a certain age. So students, I have seen my students at my school, I have seen in Hindi medium school, and I have also had a word with different friends of mine, those who are teaching in the different school. They also say that student does not have that stop of word. Wow, what is the problem with that? Whether they are not able to...
Student have poor word power, right?
Yes, that is called lack of vocabularical power.
Okay.
So lack of vocabularical power is the third point that I have found, and grammar and other things are apart. Okay, there are many more other problems are there, but I think that these are the 5 major problems. Okay, that I have understood
in our Chhattisgarh.
Yes.
So another question, some audience, some message given here. Thank you, all of you. Sanjay sir, solutions also. Speaking environment is very necessary. And well said, sir. True. Nice communication. Binay Gupta, Satyam Thakur. Also, Sanju Sharma also comments you. Thank you, sir, for appreciation. Another question I want to take for you. How we can promote English as a language and a literature. And then one more question here, I would like to ask you how many ways to improve various skill of English language. You can mention of your words on your speech now, and then both question. Then friends, आपको अगर इंग्लिश समझ में नहीं आ रही होगी तो प्लीज आप और अपना कमेंट्स जो है इसमें लिख करके you can send me. Definitely we can take your questions, and I will question to Mr. Bhoumik ji. So please, sir, now continue.
Okay, so the question that you have asked me about the difference between language and literature, that is my the first the issue that I have found here, is that teaching the subject, teaching English as a subject. Now, why did I say so? The reason is being over here, the ideology of teaching is ELT. ELT stands for English language teaching, ELT.
ELT.
Okay, language is teaching, is being taught, but the thing is like that we have to transfer from this type of teaching to CLT. What is called CLT? CLT means communicative language teaching. And why am I saying so? It's not like that is my idea. It is because we have to look other Asian country, South Asian country. For example, look in Singapore, look Hong Kong, look Japan, China. Okay, not only that, African nations, you look into the African continent, you look into the European continent, you will find out that they don't teach English as a subject in the initial stage. But over here in Chhattisgarh and in some of the states, not only in Chhattisgarh, we teach English as a subject.
As a subject?
Yes, as a
not
subject.
In a form of language.
Why it is so? Because when I'm going to give my ideology of teaching English, what should be it according to NEP, then I'll tell you what are the stages and how it is to be introduced, English to be introduced.
Okay.
And that's why I said it's not that English teaching in English, it is English teaching of English. Okay. So what I suggest that when we are dealing with this language and literature, what is literature actually? Literature is wealth, and language is the mining. Is, you think like something which are scattered inside the soil or inside the earth, okay, in the form of mining or resources. If you extract that, then it is going to be called as wealth. So literature is wealth, but resource or the mining is the language. Until and unless you learn the language, it is not possible for anyone to handle literature. It is not possible. But we are introducing them slowly. It is being changed also, but still there is no scope of speaking. So that's why there is a big difference between language and literature.
And then what is the major problem of this problem? Can you observe anywhere? What is the that means literature and English promotion? What is the lacking?
How we can do that one? You mean to say that one, that how we can promote language in the initial stage instead of literature?
Okay. That is my question.
See, when we are going to deal with literature, literature starts with the things like how to read, how to write. But when you are going to deal with language, the first thing is how to speak and how to understand, listen, and how to speak. Okay, it is some kind of input and output. Input, like that, until and unless you get the input, you cannot give the output. So that's why what I see, I think that our system is emphasizing on output more instead of input. Like you are asking someone to speak in English without making an environment of English around him or her. You are giving them a book and asking them to write down. He goes to school and then she goes to school, but you are not saying that why the goes comes up, but I eat rice, I go to school, why that? You are not telling exactly that how the difference. So the young mind will have the questions, no? But some of the linguistics says about it, some of them they say about it that yes, it is not necessary to go for grammar in the initial stage. So language teaching must be teaching with not A for apple, not a B for ball. Language teaching means that they are going to teach without teaching those letters, without teaching
Directly.
ABCD. Directly, they will go for rhyme. like the wheel on the bus goes round and round.
Round and
The
round.
twinkle twinkle little
Little
star,
star.
that type
Come
of.
little children,
Yeah,
come
so
to me,
when
that
they are
line,
going to
yeah.
speak again and again, so they will come to know how this language is spoken without understanding what is the meaning of it, without understanding it. But slowly they will understand, okay, star indicates what is star.
Little
What
twinkle,
does
twinkle,
it what
little
does it
star,
mean
yeah.
by little? And we'll say the wheel on the bus goes round and round. So it means that in the initial stage, students should only get the opportunity to speak. You see, I have seen many videos
Yes.
which is what it is called, taken from China and
China.
Indonesia. So the teachers, those who are teaching, they don't know their language.
Really?
They don't know their language, the kids, those who are there. But then also the teacher, it's so active, making them understand what is the meaning of it.
Meaning of it.
Understand?
Okay, okay.
And when the student is asking something in their language without understanding it, the teacher is emphasizing it. No, speak in English. They are young kids, 3 years or 4 years of age.
English is spoken.
Understood. So it's not necessary that one book is given to them and taught them directly, A for apple, B for ball. And what we are doing exactly, we are teaching the same thing. So that is called, means you are emphasizing on reading and writing more instead of listening and speaking. So this is the difference. When you are going to teach language, you have to give the more and more time for speaking. More and more time for speaking. Okay. This one. And input and output, what is called input? Like when you are listening, input. When you are reading, input. So reading is not also output, reading is also input. But listening, input, the output is speaking.
Speaking.
And if you don't create an environment of listening, you cannot expect someone to speak. And reading and writing has also connections. If you give someone to read, then only someone will write. Understood? So there is a stage, listening, then speaking, reading and writing. Instead of missing those first two, we are coming to the reading and coming to the writing.
Only two works is
Yes,
going on here.
yes, that's the problem.
So
That's-
first we have to do listen.
Yes.
Then speak.
Yeah.
Then read and write.
Yes. But out here, what it is, if you ask someone in any of the like class, in primary section or in higher sections, if you ask someone that write down something in English, they will write down. No doubtly. But if you say the same student, go over there and stand up and say something in English, they won't be able to say. What is the problem? Because the school has not given the chance to speak. The school has not given the chance to listen enough. The society has not given the chance to speak and listen enough. So how do you expect someone to speak?
Only there he or she stand only.
Yes.
And then like a statue stand.
Oh yeah.
Without talking.
So that is the problem. That is the problem that I have found here. And your question, like that, you have said that if it is there, then how we are going to solve it?
Improve how to improve
Those problems. Yeah.
And then various skill of English. How many types
Around
of
the
English?
skills, that the four skill that we have already had a word, but my concern is that if I have talked about SPLMV,
Okay.
that teaching English as subject, teaching without practice, giving enough chance to practice. And then here it is the problem of like ratio of Hindi medium, English medium or other medium schools, and then vocabularical problem, multilinguistic. These are the five problem that I have said. The first thing, my suggestion is that if we are going to deal with the first problem, that is subject teaching. So subject teaching can be solved by a methodology named the banking method, which was started by, or which was written in a book called Education for the Oppressed, written by Paulo Freire. Paulo Freire. And there is some little story about Paulo Freire. Paulo Freire used to study, he has a poor background. Yes, very poor background. He did not get enough chance to go for the schooling in the initial days, but he tried hard, and then he came to school, and slowly he was started learning, even if there was operations, means he belongs to a poor family. And when he has gone to the Recife University, Paulo Freire is from Brazil.
Brazil.
And when he used to go to his university, because in the same university he started teaching later on. So when he used to go, he found that there are many people, those who are worker, they used to get busy in their work and they were speaking the same language, but they don't know how to read and write the other language like Spanish.
Only they are talking.
They are talking in their language.
Okay.
But the same subject is taught in the university.
Oh,
Same subject is
that,
taught.
that language they are talking each other.
No, that is not.
Huh?
Means the workers, those were actually their sugarcane workers,
Okay,
the
okay.
farmers.
Farmers.
And they don't know about that language what Paulo Freire is talking about. Okay, he has written his theory, but what happens, students comes up to him to take his class to learn that one, and it takes 1 year to study that language.
Continue.
Then Paulo Freire thought that if I'm going to teach it in 1 year, how can I make some kind of module so that I can teach it in only 45 days? Only in 45 days. You see, 12 months, 365 days, converted into only 45 days of teaching and learning thing, just the gist of it, so that they can speak and they can read and write.
Only 45 days.
Only 45 days.
How?
And he proved that one.
How?
So he started, he has made the module. He used to go and give them 2 hours only daily and teach those workers, 300 workers, sugarcane farmers.
Oh.
Yes.
And then only 45 days.
In 45 days, he taught the whole 1 year thing.
Only 45 days.
And then he changed the whole reform of education over there in Chile and in Brazil. He's a politician, but
what a miracle.
What is his ideology? I have not been through the book of the Education for Oppressed, but the thing is like that, when someone has invented some kind of methodology and taught the same thing which is taught in the university for 1 year and taught the same thing in 45 days, it means we should study the same kind of methodology from where the first problem can be solved. What is the problem? Teaching English as a subject.
As a subject.
This problem will be solved if we go and study Paulo Freire's theory of teaching. Okay, first. Second is we have the problem of what it is called practice. Okay,
Practice.
so for practice, the problem of practice, school does not give enough chance to speak. School, society also. Okay,
And then here, no chance.
no chance.
No chance.
So for that also, I have searched kind of methodology which is called crazy English methodology. Crazy English.
Can you tell our audience also observe us? Now tell the methodology, how crazy
English, yes. Crazy English methodology. It was invented by Li Yang from China. And the most interesting thing about Li Yang is that Li Yang failed in the national English test 13 times.
National
English test of China. Li Yang from China.
Okay.
And he was failed 13 times. And after that, what happened? Then he tried hard how to pass in that language. So what he did, he left China and gone to America, spent there for 3 months and came back. And then he passed, not only passed, in the same English language test, he became the topper. Topper means not like the first, second, third, means in the topper list.
Topper list.
Understood?
Merit list.
And
okay.
after that, he understood how to teach English because he was a failure 13 times. So he understood the way how to teach English. So he has got a methodology called crazy English methodology.
Okay.
Crazy English.
Oh.
Okay. His
And
institution name is Crazy English.
First learn, then taught.
Yes. Then he become a teacher.
Oh.
And there are millions of people in China, those who are following. And how he teach? He does not emphasize on grammar. He doesn't emphasize on vocabulary even also. His theory is three based on three theory. Speak clearly, speak loudly, and speak confidently.
Only speak.
Only speak.
Loudly,
clearly,
confidently.
Oh, only these three things. Understood? So what he does, he takes students, and then the teachers would repeat something. I can do this. Others will say, I can do this. Can you do this? So others will say, can you do this?
Yeah. With confidence.
Yes. Loudly. And this is how the muscle movement of our English speaking, like when we speak the language. The problem of practice is that like our mind thinks faster. Our mind thinks faster than our job movement goes.
Oh,
Mouth is
first
slow.
exercise.
Mouth is slow. Mind
Okay.
is fast. Okay, so in that conditions it is better that instead of using your mind, because mind would go faster and you cannot make a beam of balance between them. So to do that one, what you have to do, you have to also think and you have to speak. So that movement of jaw movement, muscle movements should be started, and that's how he taught in China, and millions of followers are there.
Oh,
And he
very
taught many
special,
of them.
very special example you have given.
Second methodology is called crazy English methodology. So our education system over here, if here we would like to increase, or we are going to emphasize or enhance the environment of English, and if you are concerned about it, what it is that people study here till class 12, they studied English for 12 years, and after that they go to spoken English class.
One question from audience side.
Hmm.
How, sir, how we can create the environment of English in our locality?
Okay.
So please give your opinion for audience. They are observing us. Please.
All right. So if you are going to ask about creating an environment, so creating an environment is first of all you have to think that in which community you belong.
Yeah.
If you have a surrounding where people speak, then you will get without any effort you will get the chance to learn and listen this language, listen and learn that language.
So first we have to do listening.
Listening, yes, listening. It's not necessary that your community, your society will speak that. You can create that environments. You are there at home, when you are watching the movie, when you are watching the news, reading the newspaper, these things you are going to think yourself that yes, I have to learn this language because I am like I'm very much interested to learn this. Okay,
You are right.
then in that condition, now what happened here, people in our place, they love English movie, but they love English movie in Hindi dubbing.
Oh,
That is the problem.
they want to listen Hindi only.
That is the problem. The problem, instead of that, they should listen to that language, the movie in English with the subtitle.
Captions.
Yeah,
With
subtitle.
captions.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is called subtitle.
Yeah.
So they can go for that. That is better. But if they watch that same movie
In Hindi language.
in Hindi, that is a problem.
Okay. So if you want, dear audience, if you want to create the environment, definitely you can watch English movie as well as news, an English newspaper.
There is also another option for that. That is that lack of like the ratio between Hindi medium school and English medium school over here. Nowadays, various SAGE schools are opened. Okay, now definitely we are going to improve it. It is true, but it will take time. Now the question is, if there is the difference between the ratio, that can be also solved. The problem can be solved according to the formula of Macaulay. Macaulay, when
That means education minister currently.
yeah, no,
That
Macaulay,
time.
that time in 1935.
No, 1935.
Yes, in
that time.
1935. So in his minute, he said one policy called downward filtration.
Oh.
Downward filtration. What is called downward filtration? Downward filtration means some of the people, those who have learned it, is going to teach those who have not learned it. It is some kind of like, if I know English,
Yeah.
I am going to teach you, and when you learn, you are going to teach someone else.
Then this
It is
learn,
a filtration.
then teach, learn, and then teach.
Learn, teach.
Continue.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you think that there is not enough people in your community who can speak English, no problem. You have your some friend, you have got phone, you talk to him in English, the one who can understand English.
But
The one.
sign has come, when I speak English, then it will be wrong. Then what happened? Which type of release?
No, I have solution for that also. It's
Yeah.
not like that in the initial days they will not have a lack of confidence. They will have
Yeah.
it, but how to deal with it, I have the good suggestion for that. And when you have multilingualistic culture,
Okay.
that is a problem. I said it, and that can be also solved. How it can be solved? Now see, when I was in my class 10th, my principal used to say this story that when he was studying MA in history, the roommate was studying English, and even if he studied in English literature and master degree, he was reading it, I am boozy, I am boozy.
Oh.
Okay, So my principal said that it's not bougie, it's busy.
Busy.
It's busy. Okay. Then he said, but my teacher taught me boozy. So I have learned it since then. I say it. I'm boozy. So the problem here is that multilinguistic culture has a problem of whether you are learning the good English or whether you are learning the English which is not up to the mark. And there is no institute over here in our place to decide that what is called that standard one.
Then this phonetics or pronunciation.
No, that is another thing, but
Yeah.
at least they should know how it's gonna. You see, like if somebody speak that they am doing, and they am doing, if somebody is saying it, they am doing, and he or she is a kid, or they talks about it, if it is said, now how you are going to find out? The young kids must have learned from someone, and if that teacher does not know it, if that the trainer doesn't know it,
That
how you are going
wrong
to
knowledge is transforming continue.
yes. If it is being continually passed from one to another, you will find out a society after all those who are speaking wrong English.
Oh, that is a
But
very big
there is a part that we initial stage we are not going to think about it. That's why Americans, they don't look about the grammar. I remember once I had a word in my training sessions. I was talking to, I said, where is he? And the person on the phone on the other side said that he do not live here. I said,
Okay.
he do not lives here. I said, no, he doesn't live here. And I said, yeah, it's same. It's the same thing.
Doesn't live or does live.
Yeah, he do not lives here.
Yeah.
So they don't care about it. But still, as we have learned English not from the American, from the British, we have to go with the grammar. So this methodology I have that is called de-teaching.
Okay.
De-teaching. There is a movie called Monkey Trouble, and it was what I think it came in 1994, I suppose, if I'm not wrong.
Mhm.
Okay, and during that time there was a monkey who was raised by a thief, and the thief taught him how to steal the watch, purse, and other thing. Okay,
Oh.
and this is how the person become very much wealthy. Who used to do the stealing work? The monkey, because he is taught in this way. And once that monkey was lost, and it had gone to the hand of a girl, a young girl,
Okay.
something like a 10 years, Eve, the name of the girl.
Okay.
And that girl, because she's a girl, she does not know that
How to thief.
how to steal this
Steal.
thing. So one day when the monkey was there, they become friend. And that monkey has like they were there in the sea beach. It is found that whoever was leaving their things, he stole those things and giving it to whom? To that girl. The girl said, no, this is wrong, you cannot do this, this is totally wrong. And he was teaching, now he was teaching him, taking in one side some kind of what it is called money, in one hand, another hand banana. Okay, and saying that which one you want to take, and put it down there on the table. The monkey was taking it again and again money, because he is taught in this way. And then that girl was teaching him again and again that not money but the banana, this is good, this is. So after so many days, the monkey
That
learned it, understood.
Yeah.
So our society, in our place, the problem is that we have some kind of what it is called way which is not taking it to the right path. Instead of that, it is derailing.
That means
If someone who has come up with class 10th learning some wrong English, so what is your work? To teach him the further lesson, or first de-teach him or her? It is first important that you should de-teach. De-teach means that you need to remove that wrong lesson and then go ahead later on. Like
Okay.
if I have written down something on the board, until and unless you rub that or erase that, you cannot write down the next one. Our mind is something like that.
okay.
So in a multilingualistic culture, the problem is once you have done something wrong or taught something wrong, you have to
it will continue
Yes.
transforming one batch to
one
another
to the another batch. So
understand.
that's why the formula has to be de-teaching, and that's why nowadays there is a kind of what it is called common error.
Common error.
Yes, that is there. That is there. So de-teaching is also a kind of formula which should be utilized in a multi linguistic culture. And the last one is this is very important, vocabularical problem. That was your question
Yeah,
also,
yeah,
how
yeah.
to enhance the vocabulary.
Yeah, okay.
You see, pollination. I don't know whether
Listen,
you,
audience, listen carefully. Very important sentences. Topic about he is asking you, and he is express. He will express now. So please listen carefully. Okay.
the linguistic pollination. He said once that if somebody wants to speak in English, it needs only 1,000 words.
Only
Only 1,000 words.
1,001
With the
words.
1,000 words, 80% of English could be understood or could be
Speak.
said only in 1,000 words. But if somebody wants to enhance that 80% to 95%,
Okay.
so 80% to 95%, then that 1,000 word will change into 3,000 word.
Oh,
Means it means first 1,000 word you can learn,
then
and you can speak and you can understand everything 80%. But if you want to increase your percentage of understanding to 95%,
that means next 15%.
next 15%.
Okay.
The interesting part is that you have to learn another 2,000, just double to it.
Okay.
Not only that, if you want to learn
Yes.
98%
Then
of your vocabulary according to pollination says that you have to learn 5,000 words. Now 1,000 to 2,000,
And
2,000 to 5,000.
then that means 3% only. It will increase to 1,000 word.
Yes,
Oh.
it means that it is like jumble up something like in a multi dimensional way. It is like more and more going it more multiplying way.
That means when first we have to learn 1,000 word, then definitely if
You can understand 80% of English.
Okay. Then 50% I want to increase myself only.
Uh-huh.
Then more 2,000
More
word
to 1,000 word.
we have to learn.
Yes,
And-
from 80% to 95% if you want to go, then you have to increase.
And then more 3%, then 5,000.
Yes,
That means
5,000.
more 2,000 word.
And after that, if somebody wants to go to 98%,
Yeah.
95 to 90, only 3%,
Yeah.
and for that 3,000 more. And if somebody 98% to
100.
100, no, there is nothing like 100 in
99.
language learning. Yes,
99.
because you see, English is a lingua franca.
Okay.
Means each and every day there are more than 10 to 20 words are
Coming.
So
Okay.
it is not possible for everyone to learn 100% of English.
It's impossible.
So it is 98 to, pollination says 98 to 99%. It is 10,000 words directly. So you see the interesting part that 1,000 words, 80% understanding of English, 80% of speaking. But to go from this 1,000, 80% to 99 means 19%, last 19%.
Yeah.
It will take another 9,000 words.
19% only take 9,000 words.
9,000 words. This is the beauty of English. Okay, and this is taught in a different way in the different institute like TOEFL and like IELTS.
Okay.
IELTS, like International English Language Teaching, IELTS, and TOEFL, Test of English as a foreign language, TOEFL. Oh, so there is a grading of vocabulary, and my viewers or your viewers, they know whether they can find out that where they are actually. There is a parameter to understand it: A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, and C2. Okay. Now A1 is called beginner.
Okay.
Our beginner means 700 words. This is actually according to common European reference of report.
That means it's come from research.
Yeah, this research.
Yeah. Okay.
Research, and they follow it.
Okay.
And whenever, if you want to go from here to European country, they will take your test, and after that they will give you the grade, and the grade is like A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, like that.
And then somebody wants to begin to learn English, then first they have to knowledge 700 words first.
No, it's not like that. Seven means that someone
Approximate.
Yes,
Okay, okay,
approximate. And do you know the important thing or interesting thing is that 700 words, to learn that 700 words, if somebody who does not who has never heard about anything in English, doesn't know a single word about English, it takes 100 hours of learning.
That means
to obtain those 700 words.
Anybody has no idea about English or never heard every
About
word
English,
of English,
yeah.
then if he or she work 100 hour
study or learn 100 hours, then only that 700 words can be obtained. Means he know how to use it, he can make sentence with those words. Means stock of word will be 700 words.
All over 100 hours he will study or she will study. Definitely he can know the 7,000 words approximately.
And that level is called as beginner.
Okay.
And the second level is called as pre-intermediate, which is called A2.
Pre-intermediate. Okay.
And a pre-intermediate, it means that somebody has to have the word capacity of 1500 words.
1500 words.
Yes, double.
That
and to do that one, somebody has to study or learn 200 hours. 100 to 200.
That means total 300 hours.
Yes.
Up to 1500 words.
That's right. No, not 200. It is 200 means 100 plus 100. That is 200.
I want to know.
No, not 300.
I observe that means more 200.
Yes.
I thought
if you are going to increase your vocabularical power from 700 to 1500 words, so you have to give more 100 hours.
More.
And your level, your level is going to be called as A2. A2 means it's a pre-intermediate.
Okay.
And there are various stages. After that comes a B2, intermediate, B1, and this B1 means 400 hours of learning, and the word capacity would be 2500 words.
That means 2500.
Yes, 2500.
And then more 200 hour.
Yes,
we have to study.
Yes, we have to study. It is
that means
language learning is not about only like the hours. It depends upon somebody's memory, brain capacity also. But this is approximately. Yes. If somebody gets that A2 or B1.
Okay.
B1 means intermediate. That means that they will decide that somebody has the word capacity of 2500.
Okay.
And this is how then comes up upper intermediate. That is B2. Yes. And that means 400 words. And to get those 4,000 words, somebody has to learn 800 hours. Okay. 800 hours. And from there, if somebody wants to increase to the advanced level, that is called C1, and that is 800 hours. Means it's called 400 to 600. 400 to 600 hours. Then 2 hours more.
2 hours more.
Yes.
Okay. Every level so increase 200 hour
more, and the stock of word is going to be just double.
Okay.
This is how it is believed that if somebody wants to go to the mastery level, that is called C2.
Last level.
And yes, then stock of word is going to be 16,000 words. Approximately.
16,000.
12,000 to 16,000 words. And the number of time has to be spent is 1,000 hours to 1,200 words. 1,200 hours, yes. So that's why it is called, language learning is not that easy, because it has a great vocabulary, and some words are loaned from Latin, some words are Greek, some words are Hindi. So my suggestion is that if somebody wants to improve the vocabulary, so to increase the vocabulary, there is one methodology. It is not what it is called sufficient for someone. Just by reading one book, somebody will learn every English. Just by reading only those syllabus, somebody will learn all English. So that is why my suggestion is that you have to open your eyes, you have to open your ears, and whatever people speak around you, whatever you watch, you have to gather up. You have to have a question. For example, you have heard about the word Reliance company, so your mind should raise a question: what is the meaning of Reliance? If you are raising a question, if you have a queries like this, so then you will come to know, without reading a book, without reading anything, you will come to know. Because of your questions, you will go and find out what is the meaning of it. Either you will ask it to your friend, your teacher, or you will go Google it up, and you will find out, yes, it's a faith. Reliance means faith.
Faith.
Understood? So that is the basic ideology for language learning, that you have to have some kind of curiosity and
one more
interest.
thing, we should encourage a wrapper, biscuit wrapper, chocolate wrapper,
Whatever it is written over there.
Yeah. So
They should.
from that wrappers, from like that kurkure or lace or another wrappers, children or youngers also taken, then they can read in information.
There is also shortcut.
Shortcut.
Okay, there is a shortcut. What is a shortcut?
Ingredients.
There is, like, if somebody doesn't want to go for this, because see, if you are going to go for a shortcut, for example, if somebody wants to learn English, so the parents should buy a dictionary and will ask that keep reading all the words and you will learn English.
It
It's
is
not
impossible.
possible.
Impossible.
It is impossible.
Day
So,
by day, we can take some words from anywhere.
yeah, because learning English is not memorizing word. Learning English to how the words is used.
To use in our daily
Yes,
life.
how it is used, how to utilize that while you are making sentences and different type of sentences.
Okay, you are right. You are right.
So
Absolutely
vocabulary power. If somebody has less vocabulary power and does not have so much time, so they can go for one what it is called type of English, which is called basic English, which I suggest my students, which I would suggest my viewers also. They can go and find it out. The basic English was invented in 1930 by C.K. Ogden, Charles K. Ogden.
Okay.
And Charles K. Ogden, because you must be knowing that English is a kind of language which was spoken in one corner of the world. But now you can find out that there is no corner in the world where English is not spoken.
It is a big problem, really.
You can, no, it's not a problem. It's a thing like that. It was started in a corner, but you will not find any corner where English is not spoken. It is said also that if you go anywhere in the whole world, you will find out at least one person who can understand English. But it may be that your language which you speak at home may not be known by another. Okay. So basic English was invented by C.K. Ogden with the thought that this is a beautiful language, and because Orientalist and Anglicist, they have their own ideologies that our language is better. Like Chinese people, they thought before 2000, they thought like that our language is better, and they were not promoting English language in their country.
Okay.
But Singapore, which was a part of China, they have come from China, but they were developing more. And because they had a connection of English, and because of the English, they were growing up more and more. So Chinese people, they have understood that, okay, this is the key factor, is the communication is a key factor. Okay. So then in their country, they started promoting English. And then in our Chhattisgarh, we have the same problem.
China also realized nowadays English is a global language.
Yes.
And without knowledge of English, we can't spread our thought or idea.
Nobody can enhance.
How we can do the business also.
So basic English is basically some kind of language which has a kind of word, 850 words. How much?
850.
Yes, only 850 words. This is
basic
that much. And then
basic English.
Yes, basic English, and that can work of to 20,000 up to 20,000 words. Those one word, like those 850 words, each word in 850 words can work like the words of 20,000 words that we are talking about. So those who are worried about, am I in my A1, A2 or B1, B2 level, and you don't want to spend much time in reading all these things, and listening all these things, it is better that you should go for a basic English if you have a shortcut. Okay, so there you will find out operative words, operations we call them, only 100 operative words. There are descriptive words, adjectives, there that is 200, and there are some other type of words, noun 200. So this is how altogether only 850 words that can work of
And then
20,000
one more
words.
question I want to include here. Suddenly, it comes in my mind. Generally, some people wants to speak some special place like a bank,
Hmm.
like some tourist place,
Hmm.
and they want to communicate each other in normal English.
Oh yeah.
For Kam Chalao, that means local language. So how we can
we
do
call
it?
it colloquial.
Okay.
Then,
So how we can do it normal English if I want to learn and general talking way,
okay.
and then how we can learn.
Now let me give an example to this. All right.
Yeah.
Like people say that I cannot speak English. Like once I have seen one memes where it was shown that if you go to Germany, you will find out even if the German people they are speaking in English, they will say I don't understand English.
Oh, really?
No, yes, this is how they answer it. Like that, they will say, oh, I would like to go to the McDonald's out here. Can you please show me the way, how to go, which way to go? So you will find out the German people would say, English, I don't understand English so much, and will speak in English, but they will do like that. The problem is with us here. If you are going to speak in English, you have to think about that whether you are speaking English with the grammar or not. But at the right time, it is that the important thing is that you can speak, whether it is wrong or right, that we are going to doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
So my dear audience,
in the beginning, yes,
if you want to talk English and then tuta puta, you start speaking English. Grammar mistake doesn't matter. Wrong or right, it is also doesn't matter. But that's what will improve day by day.
Yeah,
but there is in beginning time.
In the beginning, you are going to speak because see, like when I was speaking in Hindi, even if now also, I even when I speak karta karti, those things I cannot handle it. Right. So if anybody is going to
translation method, that
yeah, if somebody is going
I also not prefer that method nowadays. But directly, if you want to learn something in English, Apple, that means save place, that means we have directly teach in Apple, not in save. First it is save, then Apple, it is a transfer.
That is actually one problem that you have said, because our human brain works like two ways. It is something like two gears. You will find out in a gear, if one wheel is going in the upward direction, okay, in this way, first you will find out the other one moves or the opposite direction. So when we think in one direction and we speak in another direction.
That means
if somebody is thinking in Hindi or in another language and speaking in English, there would be a gap.
That is
you will find out that not only that, somebody if he is going for a translation method, what is the problem with that? You will find out that there is fillers and some of the word will come up.
And then any word come, no? First our human minds think in their mother language also.
Surely.
Then after that, output. That means if you want to say in English, then translation first in our mind.
Translation method is actually a method to be learned later on, but the problem comes up, it is because of the feelers. Because somebody has to think. If I'm thinking about I want to take a bus, so you are going to think about want means what. Then you are going to think take means what, how to use. Then
what by what
then it will take time. It will take time. So what is the easiest way is that once you are going to you understand that I want to take a bus, it means that I want to take a mango. So once you have learned I want to take a bus, you can take anything after that.
In the replace of bus.
Yes, replacing the bus.
And one thing, just one special topic you have to say that then if we want to learn English and speak English, first we have to listening anywhere. That means definitely day by day we can talk English. This method I also use in my daily life. And nowadays I can talk English 50 or 60% for my work. But nowadays I am also learning from you and other sources also. And then thank you for you giving a special knowledge. And now if you want to say something more, please continue.
No, like I have
three more question I have written For audience side, its questions come, and there are many people observing, and then I want to take their name now. Mamta Sinha, madam. Thank you, thank you. Your conversation is knowledgeable, based on language learning. Thank you, madam. And Sanskar Sharma. Meanwhile, Vikas sir is thinking about Sanskrit. Kalpana Topo madam also, Bio madam also,
Okay.
thumbs up given. And then Prerna Sai, immense respect to Bhaumik sir. Bhaumik sir, awesome. Awesome. Sir, इंग्लिश को लैंग्वेज जैसा लेना है कि सब्जेक्ट जैसा लेना है? सर ऑलरेडी we have to take language. हमने डिस्कस किया है, इसको सब्जेक्ट की तरह ना लेकर के हमको लैंग्वेज की तरह लेना है.
You see, this is a question. If somebody is asking it, let me answer it.
Okay.
Now, according to NEP, New Education Policy,
Okay.
2020, we have the new pattern of education system. And what is that? 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4.
4.
So what is the 5? I have a plan, proper planning, that if I don't know whether anybody would be agree with my plan or not. The plan is that first 3 years, okay, that is called PP1, PP2, PP3.
Okay.
These PP classes, there should be no book,
That
no
only
chart
oral.
paper, no book, no chart paper, no flashcard, nothing. When somebody would go in the PP1, in the nursery stage,
Okay.
the very first thing is going to be how to greet, like good morning, good afternoon, may I go outside, can I do this, go
May I
and
drink
sit down.
water?
Those instructions and greetings should be taught to the kid.
Okay.
And if the kid is going to speak in Hindi, you see, this is to be decided by the parents, that whether they are going to put their kids in English medium or Hindi medium should not be decided then. Teach them equally Hindi, teach them equally English. But if somebody is there in the English class for 1 hour, that must be in English. Because if somebody...
Total.
Yes, total. The English teacher should...
Talking way should be in English only.
Only.
Okay.
Because that is the parameter. Because if you are going to give the chance to that kid who understands Hindi in the same class, being a 3 years old, effortlessly will speak in Hindi. And then there is no way to learn English. So the barrier is that you have to make busy with all the activities and other things so that English would be spoken. And he would come to know that this is English class and I would speak in English.
You are
Even
right.
if he is 3 years old. Okay.
Okay.
Even if he does not know many things of English, but repeatedly. Okay. Like the teacher is going to teach, can I go outside? No, may I go outside is more better. Can I go outside? That you are talking about I can go outside.
Wait, greedy.
Yeah. No, not greedy. It's can indicates ability.
That
I mean, in
means
America,
with-
people speak. But when you are going to talk about the respect and asking the permissions to go, then in this way, may I go outside?
With
Second
respect.
thing. So first stage is that PP1, where only these instructions, rhyme can be taught,
Rhyme.
action song can be taught. Like I have said just now, the wheel on the bus goes round and round, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Making
With
melody.
action.
Yeah, with actions. Those things to be taught. Then when somebody would come, and if somebody is saying that what would be then how it is to be taught, and how, you see, like in the class, in those class there is a limitation. That limitation is that you cannot take more than 10 students. If you are increasing more students, it means that effectiveness will never come out.
Oh.
And you have to choose someone who is well educated in English. Well educated in English in the sense like he is a language scientist, I would rather say. It's a junior scientist. Take it. Means that according to the situation demand, he is going to make, there is no module, no booklet will be given to them that you are going to teach these things like the syllabus we have given, lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. So someone who is expertise in that language is going to teach those. The only problem in our country, I would say, not in state, in our country, is that if somebody is going to teach young kids, we decide that someone who has just passed class 12 will teach it. That is totally wrong. Those who are primary education, elementary education is the best education, which is going to make the pillar for his or her whole life.
That means
that's why
make future.
Yes, that's why the one who is going to have degrees like understanding the kids, like he is not just a teacher or she is just not a teacher, he has to be a good psychologist. because he has to understand the kid. Second, he or she must have the motherly nature. You will have lots of problem at your home, but when you come up at school, you have to have a cheerful face. Cheerful face, and you are
Okay.
going to deal, and without saying, looking at a kid only, you have to understand that whether the kid has taken food or not, whether the kid is sad or happy today, that you have to handle. So without knowing that one, just by learning some of the thing from the book, it is not possible.
Only the through the body language only.
No, it is not possible only just by reading things. You have to become a psychologist in this way. Then third thing is that you have to have also nursing facility.
Okay.
You need to know, like a kid who is not able to stand up, is dozing, sleeping,
Lazy,
and you
lazy.
are going to teach him, yes, say A for apple, B for ball, but the boy will not learn. Instead of that, you have to guide, okay, come up here, come in my
happened?
lap, yes, then talk, and slowly that will go, and the boy will
What is
be
the problem?
Yes.
We have to try. We'll try to know what happened.
So PP1,
yeah.
PP 1 year, okay,
Okay.
and these classes must be with the camera, whatever the activities are being done, whatever it is, everything is happening over here, so those things to be recorded, and the parents and the teacher will sit together for 1 hour and will see it, so that they can decide that what to do the next.
And then anywhere any problem, they can improve.
Yes, they can improve. Okay, then in the second year also more and more activities and fun. Now not only classroom activities, the classes sometimes to be taken outside, and this time somebody should introduce identifications of letters. Identification, not the letters, till now not letters, identification of the things. For example, this is a marker,
Okay.
this is called a notebook,
Notebook.
this is called a bag. Okay,
This is a
showing,
paper.
showing the thing will say that what is that, what is this, understood. And if somebody is slow learner, the eyes can be closed, and also that same thing has to be
like this.
yes,
Going the head.
yes, and then closing the eyes, you say, decide what is this, whether it is a pen or what. Feel it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, those things to be done in the second year. Third year also, like after learning those rhymes, language, things, identification of the different objects, the boy or the girl will be more proficient, and now he or she will not take a moment to say, may I go outside and can I sit down, those things, and the greetings and other things will be completed. In 3 years you have to do that.
Then after that,
In class 1,
okay.
in
That
class
is-
1,
that
after
is my question, yeah.
okay, in class 1, when somebody would come up, now here what it is, teach with a flashcard.
Start through flashcard. Okay.
Flashcard, and while teaching with a flashcard, if you are going to deal with English flashcard, don't say A for apple,
Directly.
don't say B for ball.
Directly.
You have to teach them with the what it is called phonetics. A for apple, A for apple. It is not A for apple.
That means their phonetics we have to use.
Yes, you have
In the
to say
first stage
exactly,
of the
because
thing.
you cannot teach someone A for apple. It is to be apple then. If it is B for ball,
Ball.
then it is ball.
Beyond.
So it is that the name of the letters are A, B, like we have named BHOUMIK, you have got Mukesh ji.
Yeah.
So name, but how we are called, we have some different, maybe we have got our nickname, we have got pen name. So in the same way, every letters has their sound. And the interesting thing is that you are going to teach them like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You teach it later. Instead of that, you teach A, B, K, D, A for G.
That means every letter has a phonetic sound. So
No,
we have to
not one, because vowels they have got more. Like A has
A.
five
Okay,
sounds.
okay.
B has got B sound.
Ba.
C has got 2 sounds, Ka and Sa.
So, but
So that means that when you are going to deal with any letter, you are going to teach with those which is mostly used. For example, if it is I, name of the letter is I, but the sound of the letter is E.
E.
Yes, E. It is not like that I is not used for I, but
E.
that is rarely used. I is used as E. For
E.
example, India. It's not I India.
India.
Yeah.
No.
But somewhere it is ice cream. I for ice cream. But when they are used mostly in the word, then I is pronounced less. Instead of that, use
E.
of I is E.
That means E is more used than I.
I, yes. So according to the basis of their use, you are going to teach those letters. So that's why ah, ba, ka, da, a, tha, ga, ha, I, ja, ka, la, ma, na. It means that this is something like those who are listening, they will say what he is teaching. But that is the real thing to be taught. Because if you are going to teach them A for apple, then they are going to have problem when, because after this, after teaching them A, B, C, D, they will not be able to connect them, how this A makes a sound, how this A makes o sound, how it is, they will not. Because after this, after sound, then that comes a blending like A, a, and with this now t, t, and I, in, to, into. So they will be able to read it. So after teaching the communicative classes, that is called CLT, communicative language teaching, of 3 years, and these modules can be taken from any other places of South Asia, Africa, or Europe, where there are, like, they have been doing it. They are doing it pretty nicely.
Okay.
So we, instead of doing that one, then we have to come up in the stage where the chart papers, then we have to use flashcard, and this is, so after sounds the blending will come up. Understood?
And then
eventually, writing task and other things will go, but student, after they know how to read, they will, then only you are going to teach them the letter A for apple, B for ball, and for that there is time. But once students will come to know, read, understood, it means they have come to the 3rd stage.
Oh.
And then they will be eager, because young kids, they have got the mentality, they will go and read it. If something is written in India,
directly.
They'll say I, okay, E, da, E, India, and he or she will be feeling happy that I can read it by myself without the help of anyone. And you will find out here in our place what it is there. You can find out class student, those who are studying in 9th cannot read it. What is the problem? Because they are taught in a method of A for apple, B for ball, which is, I don't think it is good.
And then nowadays in traditional education, in English, every school has a Barakhari chart.
Yes, that is also important. Barakhari, I understand that. What is that?
Barakhari chart through,
like B, A, ba, B, A, B. Yes, okay, that is good. But what it is my suggestion, that will come up after they come to know about blending. Because in blending, sometimes 2 consonant make sound, sometimes 2 vowel make sounds, A, E sound, sometimes pho sound is made by 2 consonant ph. So first of all, you are going to teach them, because English has 26 letters, but it has got 44 sounds. There are 5 vowels. How many vowels are there? 5 vowels. But 5 vowels got 20 sounds.
20 sounds. Yeah.
Understood? 20 sounds and 24 consonant sound.
That's so total how many? How much?
Total 44.
44.
Yes, total 44 sounds are there. Now, until and unless they know all these sounds, how they are going to handle it?
It is very big problem.
That's why English is a non-scientific language. Because Sanskrit, scientific language, Hindi, scientific. If they have written ka, so ka means written is ka and sound is ka. But here you find out K also ka,
C
and also ka. And A, B-A-L-L, ball, means A sounds like A, and B-A-T, bat. Ball and bat. So A and A. Then C-A-L-L, even if we say call, but people in America, they don't say call, they say call. Oh sound. Now you tell me how they are going to learn it, until and unless they are taught in the very beginning. That's why, just by teaching those 26 letters,
we have a 44 sounds in our English alphabets, only 5 vowels, but it sounds is
20 vowels. Yes, 20
vowel sound. So we should know vowel sound, then definitely we can teach, read, write, and speak fluency. Sir, I have another questions. We have to conclude just, but I have a question. I want to include my question. How we can do attitudinal shift of teaching and learning in English?
the shift is actually been said. I have said in the very beginning that if we are going to introduce English to the
Okay.
children,
Okay.
so at the end of the schooling, they must know, they will have the capacity of speaking, reading, writing, all these. Okay.
Okay.
So our teaching methodology should focus for first 6 years. First 6 year.
Okay.
What is that? Just I was saying, PP1, PP2, PP3. These 3 years they are going to learn. If you are going to give them the English education, you see, whether they are going to study in Hindi medium school, they are going to study in English medium school, no problem. No problem. NEP says that mother tongue must be taught,
Okay.
because the creative years,
That is
first 5 years is creative years.
Okay.
That's why. But here, what am I saying? That I'm not saying that they should not be taught in Hindi. They should be taught in Hindi, surely. They will decide it after passing 6 years studying English in this process, in my way,
Yeah.
the way I'm talking about. After that, they will decide whether they will study in English or whether they will study in Hindi.
Hindi.
They will decide it. So medium should not be thrust upon them. Medium should be decided by the student. That yes, I'm comfortable in English, I will go with English. Or else what will happen? They are going to understand things in Hindi, they will write down in English. So there is a big gap.
Okay. Okay.
There is a big gap. So that's why first, you see, all European countries, they are doing it. China also doing the same thing. Language, so take it as a language, not as a subject. And also think like that. I have also a special ideology for that. English should not be taught class-wise. If you are teaching it class-wise means class 1 to class 2, class 2 to class 3. It means that it is not a language class. Because language has a feedback. That's why the 3 pillars of language learning:
Okay.
input, output, feedback.
Feedback.
Input, you have come to know, listening and reading. Output, speaking and writing. What is called a feedback? Feedback means once you pass a grade, that grade I was talking about, A1, A2, B1, B2, until and unless you go and pass that grade, you cannot go to the next class. Here what it is, the marks is of 100, passing marks is 33.
Okay.
And considering that they know English.
Only.
In the case of language learning, it's not like that.
Okay.
Once you complete one grade, you will come to. That's why what it is, that even if English is taught like a subject, it must be taught after 6 years.
Thank you.
The first book should be introduced to them after 6 years of teaching subject as a subject. By that time, they will be able to listen, means understand, comprehension skill will be enough. You will find out, they will be able to speak, they will be able to read and write. Okay, those 4 skills will be obtained by them, and they will decide it whether I'm going to read with Hindi or English. Just 1 hour. And you see this one, for 6 years, they have to go from beginner to intermediate. That is intermediate year.
Okay.
And to do that one, how much year they have to hours they have to pass? Only 200 hours. In 6 years, 200 hours is not so tough.
It will possible.
The problem is that I don't know why our people, those we have not thought. We are teaching them in Hindi till class 12. After that, we send our kids to the English medium school. We teach them spoken English center, and you see, the teacher who teach in spoken English, okay, it's teaching, who is teaching spoken English, he would write down in the very big banner, I will teach it or else I will return my money. Is there any
advertisement?
Teacher, yes. Is there any teachers who can take the channel like that? Okay, if I cannot teach my kids English completely, I will leave my money. I will return my money. Cannot. So why they're so much what it is called, so much strong enough and confident enough that yes, I can teach anyone? The reason is being, they are not teaching literature, they are not teaching that wealth, they are just teaching those resources, those mining, the extracting for, they are not teaching. So that's why it is tough for our government teachers to handle it. Once the module and other things would be according to the language for 6 years, then it is easy for them. Because you see, many teachers are there, they always ask me a questions in the teachers training, sir, our students, those who are studying in class 9 and 10, they don't know how to read and write, what to do, how we are going to handle it. It's a big challenge, and the initial stage it is going to be taught. Okay, so once for 6 years they are taught in this way,
And then
that is possible.
in our Jashpur area, some teachers ask me question. Directly we have to start to read or write English from class 6. Really?
No, it is not 6th class. You are not getting me. Actually, 6 years
No,
is
no,
not
no, no.
6th class.
No, that means our senior teachers question. We start to learn English from class 6.
Okay, okay.
This is a question.
If it is there, then it is actually whether someone is going to study English in the initial days or not. You see, in NEP 2020, it is said of actually that subject will be decided by the student.
Okay, okay, you are right.
Subjects will be decided by student. So if somebody is going to study in English, he would decide.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so 6 year means first 3 years of elementary class,
Elementary education.
PP1, PP2, PP3. Okay,
Okay.
and then 2 years, first 2 years. This is only reading portion. This is listening, listening and speaking. These 2 years is reading, only reading. Writing will come up in 6th year, and that year they are going to write down their first exam of English. Before that there is no exam.
Okay.
Only test, and these tests are not the project making.
Only orally.
Oral, and everything is to be recorded. Everything is to be recorded, and everything has to be there. And the assessment of the teachers, assessment of the students is going to be done by someone who is so expertise in that language.
Oh,
understood?
You understood.
So expertise, and that it means that first test of English, you see, CLT, communicative English teaching. It is not ELT. Okay, it is not that A for apple, B for ball. So in this way, after passing 6 year, on 6th year, that means in class 3rd, there would be first exam, and that exam is going to be also very creative type.
And that means in class 3, he or she
Will be able to speak anything.
Okay, and then first time he or she will write exam in written format.
Yes, first time. If somebody is going to follow my methodology, my way of understanding, how I see, if you are going to say that how have you learned English, what do you think, what type of English has to be like, what type of environment should be there for teaching, so I would suggest that in class 3rd they are going to write down first. If somebody has to introduce more books, okay, but this is the thing, so that they are going to understand. Because see, it is something like you cannot read something in English until and you understand English. Is it possible to understand literature without understanding the English language? It's not possible. So that's why language is more important. You see, if here I have found what it is, here it is taught in this way. Even if I teach in an English medium school, but in other schools, you see, it is not the problem of the teacher. Teacher can speak. The problem is with the environment. Is that somebody is teaching English in Hindi.
Okay.
And if somebody is teaching English in Hindi, it means Hindi must be taught in English. If English can be taught in Hindi, so Hindi class should be taught also in English.
Really?
Is it possible?
Really? It is possible.
Or maybe Sanskrit class can be done in Urdu. Oh, Urdu, there is a mix maybe in other language like French. Is it not possible? So language should be taught at the same language itself. Let them listen it, how it is spoken. Let them feel.
Some days he will or she will take the struggle. They did not understand a single word's meaning, but day by day
that
he or
improvement,
she listen continuously. Definitely,
I give this example to my student also sometimes. Like
it will be able to understood, sir. I think
if there are 4 switch in a board, electric board, and these 4 switches are for the different purpose. One for fan, electric fan, another for refrigerator or fridge, another for maybe a light, another for some kind of another light, right?
Okay.
And somebody wants to come up. This is the 3rd switch, which is actually for electric fan, means fan. All right.
Okay.
So some unknown person will come into that room and would like to switch on the fan. How he is gonna do?
On switch first, right?
Yeah. So first is that error. Second is error.
Third
works. So what is the learning? in this is learning is that first switch is not for what, second switch is not for pen, and third is for fan. That boy or the guy would come up for the next time, whether he is going to do the same process, first, second, third, would not do that. He will directly go and switch on the third, because he has already done through time mistakes. So mistakes are welcome in language learning. Mistakes are welcome in language
Okay,
learning.
okay. So you are giving a very well example with how to teach English language and how we can learn English. And then what is the role of parents and other stakeholders for
Oh, stakeholders.
Yeah.
Stakeholders means those who actually concerned, who is concerned about the growth or the development of our language. I'm concerned about more the development of language. Our kids, our children are lagging behind than other states, and that's a great concern. We are at the top last place. If we not count top place, it's the last place.
Yeah.
Okay, there are
Okay.
28 states and 8 union territories. We are at the last place in the case of English speaking state. It is not bad. We can do better than this.
Okay.
I mean to say. And what is the way to do that, man? We have to start thinking that whether we are going to teach our children the subject so that at the end they will not be having any kind of skills. In the name of teaching the language, the subject English, they will pass. They will go one from another, from graduations to master degree, they will do PhD. But writing capability, if somebody is giving more time in writing, writing skill will be enhanced.
Okay.
If somebody gives more time in speaking, speaking skill would be enough. Only some, because you see, in our human brain,
Yes.
there is one place where language is stored. Okay, it's a special place. So it depends upon person to person also.
Okay.
Memory has a great role, but if somebody speaks things daily for 30 minutes at least in any of the circumstances, can learn the language.
Really?
Yes, can learn the language. That's why only that those spoken English teachers, they say it, I can teach it within 24 days, I can teach it within 72 hours, something like that they say it.
Yeah.
You see, the reason is being that they will teach only 1,000 words, which will make you that power, which will give you the power so that you can
80%
80% of the English,
English.
80% of English you can understand and express.
Okay,
Understood?
okay.
That's why they are looking for. So my suggestion for the parents, if you are going to deal with English, these things you please translate them or you share it to our viewers if somebody
Okay,
is
okay,
Hindi.
okay,
It is very important.
Okay.
My thing is like that, if the education system is not given opportunity,
Okay.
is not given the opportunity, okay, not
Okay.
giving the opportunity to learn this English as a language, okay, the school does not give it, school only takes
As a subject.
examination and subject, okay.
Okay.
So the best part is that they should buy some kind of materials, web materials
From another
websites,
sources?
yes, web materials or sources.
Okay.
They can buy some kind of materials that will help them in listening. For example, like I can speak English, so if I'm going to improve my kids English, the English, okay, skills of English for my kid, how am I going to say? I'm going to interact to her in English every time, okay, even if she doesn't understand that much, but I would try to do that. Slowly she will speak. During the time of bedtime, I can say bedtime story. So the bedtime story, if somebody, the parents cannot speak, so bedtime stories are available in website that can be downloaded audio file, and you can switch it on. Then audio file would say, once upon a time there was a king that was very big. So what it is now, this type of thing, the baby will each and every day will listen it,
Day by
and
day.
after some day he or she will be able to understand what is the story all about, or maybe before that can be seen also. You see, audio things are not bad. What I am suggesting that you should give them a chance to listen. If you are not able to speak, it's okay.
Oh.
The example of it is Janvi Panwar. There is an incredible girl called Janvi Panwar. She can speak various types of accent, even if she is a Haryanvi.
Oh.
What the parents did it, the parents has bought some kind of materials and started teaching online, and the teacher in online taught her how to speak. Understood? In the initial days.
Okay.
And this is how Janvi Pawar got to know how to like speak in American accent, in British accent, and she's quite fluent. You cannot understand that she is an Indian girl.
Really.
Understood? So if Janvi Panwar's father can do it, why not our parents can do it?
Definitely they can do.
They can do it.
Yeah.
Then second suggestion is that, like, there has to be interest. You are going to make the interest of the kid only when you are going to appreciate them. Appreciation is like a medicine. Appreciation. So like if somebody is saying something in English, appreciate. My God, you can speak English. To the young kid, if you are going to appreciate in this way, the kid will take, oh my God, I got some power. I got some power and I have to use it. And that is the thing. That will change his mindset and he will be interested towards the language. If he is making mistake, we have to be soft on him or her.
Okay.
Means not like that, how did you make the mistake and punishment? No, soft.
Politely we have to
Politely you have
interact
to interact. Okay, so this is the thing and you should do like this. Okay, and then giving example that, okay, I also used to make this type of mistake, do you know? But then I changed it in this way.
And then with you, I am also learning that.
Yes,
like,
surely.
with politeness, we have to take the opportunity.
You see, let me give an example of my baby. I do speak to her. I always speak with her in
English.
She watches many videos, and someday she asked some kind of word, which was so, means something like I did not understand. First says, where is my cauldron? Cauldron. She said it cauldron. Okay, cauldron. Where is my cauldron? So like 2 days back, I got something, a pot. Okay, kadhai.
Yeah.
Which we in India we call it cauldron. We call cauldron. But she saw the video of some kind of witch, and the witch was making something in the cauldron. Now in America, the cauldron, D sound makes T sound and T sound make D sound. For example, put it in the bottle. They say put it in a bottle. They say bottle, not bottle.
Bottle.
Yes, bottle.
Yeah.
Because this is how the Americans speak. Now the thing is like the cauldron to us, but it's cauldron. So called train or cauldron like that. I thought that whether she is asking me about train, some kind of drone, and it took even if I'm speaking so many things, I was not able to understand my daughter. And what is the thing I have understood, when she was not able to make me understand, because I have never spoken with her in Hindi, she was not able to make me understand what I mean to say. Our mind got something like, she became irritated. Oh, you don't understand it. And then later on, the mother got, like last 2 days, how many things have been bought, those things were taught or shown to her one by another. And then she said, that is the thing actually I was talking about.
Oh.
Understood? You see, this type of problem parents can face.
Okay.
Parent can face. Okay. See, I have taken my daughter to a place where there were many Hindi speaking person, and the kids were speaking in Hindi. So I was just watching them how they are talking to one another. So taking the biscuit, my daughter said, this is cookie. Cookie, this is cookie.
Cookie.
Then the another one who speaks in Hindi said, no, this is biscuit. This is biscuit. And I was actually looking at the thing and I was enjoying that part, that no problem, let them feel it. Okay, how they have seen, how they have learned, let them do it. But later on they will come to know it's biscuit is biscuit. Biscuit in America is called is cookie.
Cookie.
Understood? Let them learn it. There is no problem with it. So parents has to be supportive.
Okay.
Parents, if parents cannot speak English, no problem. It's see, look at me. It's not like that my father can speak English like the American or the British. That's why I'm speaking. It's not like that. It is not required that parents should speak. That's why. But yes, the parents has given
Don't
me
support.
yes support
Oh,
it, giving materials, and I studied somewhere where I have learned it.
Okay, so sir has given is very special knowledge. सर ने लास्ट टाइम एक सजेशन दिया है, अगर आपने नहीं समझ पाया होगा तो, कि जैसे हमारा स्कूल एजुकेशन जो है ना, इंग्लिश को एज अ लैंग्वेज पढ़ाने का परमिशन नहीं देता है। आप कहीं पर भी आप देखेंगे तो इंग्लिश को एज अ सब्जेक्ट पढ़ाया जा रहा है। तो आप जो है ना, मतलब स्कूल में जो रिसोर्स अवेलेबल है, स्कूल के लिए जो मटेरियल अवेलेबल है, उपलब्ध है, उसको छोड़ करके अन्य मार्केट से, बाहरी रिसोर्स से, थर्ड पार्टी से आप ऐसे खोज करके लाएं, सिस्टम ऐसा खोज के लाएं, ऑडियो विजुअल्स हो सकते हैं, पेन ड्राइव हो सकते हैं, ऑडियो हो सकते हैं, जो इंग्लिश को एज अ लैंग्वेज रिप्रेजेंट करता है। तो उससे क्या होगा कि बच्चा डेफिनेटली इंग्लिश सीखेगा। दूसरा बात यह है कि बच्चा अगर सीख रहा है तो उस लैंग्वेज को, किसी भी लैंग्वेज में जान रहा है कोई ऑब्जेक्ट को, तो उसको सपोर्ट करना है, और हमको भी पता करना चाहिए कि इसे एस्पेक्टिव लैंग्वेज में क्या कहा जा रहा है। तो आप सभी जो है इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज को बढ़ावा दीजिए। और जहां तक सर का सवाल ये था, मैंने ये जानने की कोशिश की थी कि मैं भी सर को कहा था कि सर आई विल ट्राई टू टॉक विथ यू इन इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज, बट आई हैव फ्यू नॉलेज ऑफ इंग्लिश। बट सर ने कहा कि डोंट वरी,
It's not few knowledge. I have got little knowledge. No, few means few things. Like you see, it's good. This is good. You see, if I don't object you now, it means that the viewers will see in front of someone is speaking few knowledge and
or little knowledge.
and little knowledge. The
No
difference has to
problem,
be
no
there.
problem.
Yes.
So sir has said, सर ने कहा कि नो प्रॉब्लम, आई विल, मैं मतलब आपको सजेस्ट करूंगा। इंग्लिश आपने बोलना सीखा, ये बहुत बड़ी बात है, बिकॉज माय बैकग्राउंड इज हिंदी एज वेल एज सादरी कुडुक आल्सो। और लेकिन एक चीज है, मैं बहुत कुछ सीखा हूँ सर से, मैं टेस्ट लेता हूँ कि सर मेरा इंग्लिश कैसा है, तो बेटर जा रहे हो।
Before that, let me say one thing. Like people, they ask always a question,
हाँ,
whether I am fluent in English or not. They ask the question, sir.
English
whether I am fluent or not. Whether, sir, how to enhance my fluency. You see,
and then you just first.
Indian people speak faster.
Okay.
Speaking faster is not called as fluency.
Hmm.
Speaking clearly, but with minimum word is called fluency. So according to the parameter, it is said that if somebody can speak 120 words per minute minimum,
Okay.
to 150 words per minute, that is called the minimum ratio of speaking and fluent. To speak, it is not necessary to speak fast. You see, like when I was talking, I speak, I normally speak fast, okay? But if you listen the same word from any American or maybe a British, you will find out they don't speak so fast. For example, I want an apothecary. You are just going to say like that, no?
Yeah.
So they are going to take time. They will extend the vowel. I have got a great news, right? So if I say I got a great news, Indian would say, but the British or the American, they will say, I got a great, see, great
Expense.
great news. Understood? So this is how they extend. So it means that to extend the
Okay.
word, it takes time. So that is fluency doesn't mean to speak faster.
Okay, okay.
Speak clearly, slowly, take time, no problem.
सो
Nobody is going to
आप टाइम भी हो रही है और कंटिन्यूअसली हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे तो रात भी बीत जाएगी। और इंग्लिश ऐसी लैंग्वेज है जो आज के मॉडर्न जनरेशन में रिक्वायर्ड है। नाउ डेज इंग्लिश इज अ ग्लोबल लैंग्वेज, एंड देन ये इस लैंग्वेज को अगर हम नहीं जानते हैं, नो इंग्लिश नो फेम नो पर्सनालिटी, नाउ डेज हम अगर इंग्लिश थोड़ा सा बोल लेते हैं तो लोगों को लगता है कि he or she is very intelligent,
that is not correct actually. That is not correct actually.
इंग्लिश एक लैंग्वेज है लाइक हिंदी, हिंदी जैसा ही एक भाषा है, लैंग्वेज है जो हमारे विचारों को मतलब एक्सप्रेस करने का एक मीडियम प्रदान करता है। अगर सर ने इंग्लिश बोला तो ही इज नॉट very good intelligent person not but it is a foreign language so हम कभी भी अगर जैसे हम लैंग्वेज इंग्लिश सुन रहे हैं अरे इंग्लिश बोल रहा है भौमिक जी वेरी इंटेलिजेंट पर्सन नो 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 इट्स अ मीडियम टू टॉक एक्सप्रेस आवरसेल्व्स ये भाषा है और सर ने बहुत अच्छे मीडियम से बहुत ही सौम्यता के साथ आप सभी के सामने हमसे बात करने के लिए मैंने कहा था और आज ने मैंने भी बहुत कुछ सीखा है हमारी इंग्लिश इतनी स्ट्रांग नहीं है हमारे छत्तीसगढ़ में और यहाँ का एजुकेशन सिस्टम में तो आप सभी जो है ना एज अ इंग्लिश को एक लैंग्वेज की तरह लें नॉट अ सब्जेक्ट की तरह और सर का मैं बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ इतना मतलब समय 1 घंटा का प्रोग्राम था पौने 2 घंटा होने वाली है पता ही नहीं चला
we are talking about that
okay no
subject
problem
which is a concern. We are concerned about
so इंग्लिश हमारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है तो सुनना बहुत जरूरी था ऐसे ऐसे विरले व्यक्तित्व तो कभी कभी आते हैं ऐसा और लगातार आप लोग का डिमांड होगा तो हम दोबारा भी सर को बुलाएंगे अभी फिलहाल टाइम हो रहा है तो आप लोग अगर कुछ क्वेश्चन अगर पूछना चाहें तो एज अ कमेंट्स के माध्यम से पूछ सकते हैं सर विल रिप्लाई यू और आई एम वेरी great I am very pleasure sir with you because you know
where is the
yeah comments I will read okay wait okay sir is reading your comments now and then he will try to reply your question and आप लोगों का बहुत दुलार प्यार मिला कंटिन्यू आप 2 घंटा लगभग 2 घंटा होने जा रहा है बने हुए हैं और मैं भी आज एंजॉय कर रहा था लैंग्वेज सुन करके सो लिसनिंग पावर शुड बी बेटर देन डेफिनेटली वी कैन टॉक इंग्लिश मुझे इंग्लिश का 0 सन्नाटा था बट सर ने सजेस्ट किया था एज ए स्टाफ हम काम कर चुके हैं सर के साथ मैं बताना भूल गया था और लगभग
are less actually. My question is how to deal with psychology of what others will think mindset which restricts a person to express his feeling despite adopting measures you talked about lately. Yes, you got me actually. This is very wonderful question. The whole world try to demean when people start speaking English. You can find out if your teacher, English teacher, said it that wherever you get the opportunity, you speak in English. So maybe you are wandering somewhere. Maybe you are in the park, or maybe you are on the bus, and you got some time and you want to spend time by speaking with your friends. So you have taken the phone and you are talking to someone in English, right? You will find out we have a mindset over here that people will listen to you and will think that, oh my God, he is an Indian but not using Hindi language. Instead of that, he is using English. Okay. No need to think about it. You see, like people will comment you, and those comments are good. I in my life have